Coach Neil Melanson, the ground marshal. I'm back here at the Hayabusa Academy. I got my friend Sean with me. We're gonna go over some more techniques. What we're gonna do today is work on some misdirection and when you're on top, countering the frame. And this is like a pickle. This is the problem you're always gonna have when you have savvy jiu-jitsu or grapplers that know the concept of a broken tree on the ground and a telephone pole. And what I mean by that is, if I'm a broken tree on the ground, I'm not gonna roll very well. This is like if Sean's on top of me, he's gonna have like a pin. He's gonna have control. But if I have my elbows in, I'm a telephone pole. I'm gonna be able to roll. I'm gonna be able to move hip escape. I'm gonna be able to bridge out, and I'm not letting myself get pinned. So when guys are doing this, it's actually very correct, but it's a pickle and how to beat it. So you sometimes have to use misdirection. In other words, you'll be here all day. Some guys like to be on knee on belly, but against a good wrestler, you're not gonna wanna be there. So we're gonna work on a belly down float, okay? Let's go head towards the camera. And the hips like towards me. Just scoot back a little bit. There you go. So he's elbows in. This is tough because if I'm here, he's going to be able to set up pummels, hip escapes. And if he's good wrestling and I'm on knee and belly, he's gonna wrestle out. That's actually not hard to escape when you have wrestling behind you. So there's something called belly down float. Now when I do my belly down floats, you know, obviously I have an advantage because I'm barrel chested. But I'm thinking of a lot of things. One, compression of the diaphragm. Compression of the diaphragm, obviously I'm shorting the air. The other thing is head alignment. If his head is straight, he's strong. If I take his head out of alignment, he's lost a lot of power and control. So whether you do it like a cross or you do it like a pinch, that's the other thing. If he's nice and strong here, I could try to fight here all day long, and it does work, but when guys are strong and technical, you could burn a lot of time there. Because right now, if he doesn't have a rash guard on, and neither do I, he's gonna be slippery, it's gonna be a nightmare. So we have to problem solve. That's what grappling is all about. So normally, let's say I pass and I'm in here and he's got a good frame on me. The longer I stay here, I gotta use a misdirection, I gotta do a turn away sequence, I gotta get these hands away from me. So I might like shelf them away, do something where now I don't have to face the hands, or I can do my belly down float. Now this stuff is really, really old. Like I learned this 16 years ago. Like this is not new stuff, but sometimes the oldies and the goodies get buried. They get buried and the most easiest things go disappear. Okay, so he's here. Now what I'm gonna do, is one thing I'm not gonna do is, I'm not gonna sit down. I don't understand this. As soon as I go here, he's gonna feel a big relief of weight. If I just take my hips off the ground a little bit, he can feel my chest starting to get heavy on him. I mean, it doesn't have to be off the ground much. It can be like this. It could be the size of a dime, and really he's gonna feel my body weight, okay? So the other thing too is when you're here, don't get too tall. If he goes this hand in my armpit, I'm gonna go long over. I gotta pick a side. This is my side, where my hips are. So I'm here, he's starting to push on my face. I hip heist, okay? I hip heist here, but I'm staying low. And then right away, I'm not gonna like come here, look around, figure out what I'm doing. I'm gonna go one, right away, two, and I'm gonna crank his head and take it out of alignment. Now, the reality is there's ways of finishing this 100%, but I'm not really invested in this because things are gonna move really fast. If he's high level, and we're slippery, these things are gonna move really fast. And he's got a problem solve, and this is the problem. Because if I lock his head up, what is he gonna do? He's gotta clear this before he can fight me. So when he does this, he's gonna clear it. Now watch my legs. My right leg's not gonna move. My left leg's gonna move. So as he pushes, my leg comes back and my chest comes forward. And I'm gonna hook around his head. Now, from this position, I'm gonna start sliding my leg back as I punch my arm up and figure four on his head. Don't overdrive here. Just breathe and sink into him like he's your teddy bear. Okay? Push the head down, sink, and now flex. okay? I call this a tuck choke. The reality, it's kind of like a Turk in wrestling, but I'm tucking the arm. It's a coaching term, okay? You can call it whatever you want, okay? So all I'm trying to do is bring the arm across. Now, when you do this, it can get pretty neck cranky. But the other thing you gotta be concerned about is the AC joint, okay? The AC joint that connects collarbone and the shoulder, if you get enough pressure and a guy has some muscle there, it's gonna separate. So it's not like if he's feeling just pain and he's toughing it out, all of a sudden you're gonna feel a thud. And that's that AC joint separating. So when you're training with this, you gotta be a little mindful of what you're doing to somebody, all right? Because it's not too bad to recover from as long as you don't need surgery. Okay, so he's framing, I redirect. So I'm here, he frames, redirect, heavy. Hips off the ground, low, not across. Redirect, lock the head up, kick it out of alignment. MMA, this is beautiful, all day. He's gonna solve the problem. He pushes this off, my leg comes back, chest goes forward. Hook the head. As I belly out, this arm goes up. I'm hip to hip, I'm not like trying to go cross body, I'm hip to hip, and I breathe and sink and squeeze. Okay? Some guys will go here and ride, but you're gonna notice if you go mount with this, believe it or not, the pressure is not as bad. I like to be hip to hip. I wanna be almost like as parallel as I can to him. And I wanna be low, okay? Nice and low. All right, so I might be trying to pass, he frames, 1, kick it out of alignment, he's gonna redirect and clear the problem. 2, come up. 3, belly out, and relax and squeeze. Okay? Don't just squeeze, flex. That's two different things. When you squeeze something, doesn't mean all your muscles are working. Lock it up, squeeze, then flex. When you flex, it will, okay? So this is a tuck choke, and you have to work on countering the frame. If you're not spending time countering the frame, you have a problem. The other thing is, don't just be floating around. Don't be just knee on belly and high. If your answer is to create space all the time, you have a deficiency. Work on control and high, all right? Just like guys that are smothering all the time, they have to work on their floats as well. This is a belly down float. I'm using my chest cavity, I have no control, and I'm just moving. Now, if you want to add some groovy stuff to it, you can attack the legs. So I'm in the same scenario, and I'm actually going to attack this kicker right here. All right, so same setup. He counters, I counter. Okay, now when I'm here, watch my right elbow. Boom. I've got me some tail right now. Now what I'm gonna do is when I'm here, I'm like squeezing his head and I'm trying to keep my knees down as possible to his chest. I'm just buying time. I'm gonna grab his toes. I'm gonna go over, re-grab his toes. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this, but when I'm here, grab, now watch, I'm gonna pull his toes so his toenails hit the mat, and I'm just gonna lean forward. And very bad. It's very, very bad. Now even here, if I feel like, oh, I don't know if I have it, and he pushes my leg off, like normal, I'm gonna go here, head. And then I'm gonna give him a big hug, or just a redirect on his toe. Okay? You sometimes have to attack high to low and low to high as well. Don't just always look up here. And these kind of toe holds, these kind of leg locks, they're simple. So don't ignore simple, okay? Because you're trying to do a technique somebody else showed you. Take what's there, okay? So this is a belly down float, countering the frame, tuck choke, and a little cool toe hold. Try it at home, don't hurt nobody, unless you don't like them. Then you can do it, but yeah, I didn't tell you to say that, okay? But have some fun. Thanks, Sean. You're a stud. I appreciate the help. We'll look forward to the next high boost video. Thank you. Subscribe to Hayabusa's channel right now and check out all my Ground Martial videos. The ones that you don't tune in for, and if you don't subscribe, your training partners are gonna learn it and they're gonna tap you out with it and you're gonna feel like a fool. Do it now, watch them all, have a blast. I'll see you on the next video.